EPA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for December 14th, 2021 for your Tuesday. Expecting a very similar day to what we had yesterday in terms of both sky condition and temperature. Skies are going to be mostly sunny again today, and we're expecting temperatures to be on either side of 50. So 46 to 54 is a spread. 46 will be the far northern areas up by the Poconos and over to Williamsport, and then 54 will be down by the Philadelphia Metro. So that's our spread in temperatures today. Tomorrow we have the mostly cloudy icon on here and very similar temperatures today. That is because a warm front is moving toward the region. So a warm front is going to result in an increase in clouds and mostly cloudy skies. I don't think you're getting much in the way of precipitation from this. It's going to be mainly across the northern tier with any precipitation as that warm front moves through. And this warm front is in association with a very strong area low pressure moving over Minnesota. That's going to bring both rain and snow for them. But here we're obviously too warm for any kind of snow. So this is just going to be rain showers. Here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar starting us off in the middle of the afternoon. Actually, this is looking at 2 o'clock. Okay, so we move this forward from this point. Just a few showers moving through. We have a stray shower chance in the forecast for our east central Pennsylvania regions, isolated further north across northeast PA. And this threat goes through the evening hours, and then that's it. Okay, so that's with that warm front as it moves through. Not a lot of precipitation here, just a few spits of showers here, and that's it in a few spots. Okay, so that's Wednesday. Because that warm front is moving through, you're going to be warm sectored here on Thursday. So Thursday is going to shoot up in those temperatures again. Not nearly to what we saw on Saturday, to the extent of what we saw on Saturday. Saturday was an anomaly day where we had some temperatures well into the 60s for highs, and it was generally a few hours before the front came through. On Thursday, we're expecting temperatures to be in generally the upper 50s to lower 60s across the region, and that's ahead of this next cold front. It's a very weak front, not a lot of precipitation with this, and most of it will fall apart as it moves through, it looks like. So you could have a few showers Thursday evening or overnight as this moves through, but it's not a real big deal here either. Our next chance of rain will come on Saturday, and that is with this next boundary. This is actually an overrunning precipitation event, but we are still too warm for any kind of wintry precipitation with this one. Get used to hearing that word overrunning. Overrunning, period. You're going to hear overrunning a lot in the next several weeks because that's a pattern we are heading into with some cold, and we're already going to be turning colder with time. And so these overrunning events will start having a snow component to them as well. They're not this first one. This is an overrunning event, but this is just a precipitation that is running along the boundary between the warm and the cold air, and it's forcing some precipitation over the top here as that low pressure tracks along that boundary. So the boundary is still too far north. We are very warm here still on Saturday with temperatures that are going to be still on either side of 50 degrees. So it's not going to be anything that's going to produce winter precipitation here. North of here, across New England, they will get into some of that snow from that overrunning. This will be snow up here in the northern tier. If I move this over to a precipitation type map, you can see that. Just rain here in our region on Saturday and snow further north. Now, as far as timing of this looks like it's going to come through. The showers are going to start as early as late Friday night and continue during the day here on Saturday, and we'll wrap up Saturday evening. This looks like it's a little bit longer than what I showed yesterday in the video. It has trended a little bit longer, and that's not just on this model, the European that I'm showing you here. It's on pretty much everything. Okay, so everything's kind of like elongating this this boundary over the region, and low pressure moving along that boundary will give you the chance for showers. Not a tremendous amount of rain out of this, but we are looking at rain as the primary precipitation type, at least for this region. And if you're going up to parts of New York State and New England, you're going to get some snow out of it up there. Okay, so not here. But then once this moves through, there's a cold front associated with this. And on the other side here, there's some colder air moving in here that's going to last for several days. Generally from the 19th through about the 22nd or 23rd, we're going to have slightly below average temperatures for a few days. So it's going to be a big change from what we just had because we're dealing with milder temperatures this week. That's been spinning back for a few days prior to this, and this entire week up through this frontal passage on Saturday is going to be slightly above average at a minimum, except that Thursday, of course. Thursday is going to be above average with temperatures, like I said, in the upper 50s to low 60s for one day. All right. After this, we get slightly below average temperatures. Now, the next thing we're going to be looking for is early next week. There's the opportunity for a system across the south. Now, this is the European model. It keeps us way to the south here. Has absolutely nothing in this period. Nothing. Just high pressure and just partly cloudy. No big deal. Okay. However, there's a couple other models showing something different for this time frame. They actually have an area of low pressure forming off to the south. This is, again, another overrunning precipitation event, but now we have cold air established across the region, or at least colder air. So we'll have to watch this, because this is looking at Monday here on the latest GFS. This rain this evening, and it brings this system northward. You can see north of that boundary, north of that low track, you have snow across parts of our region, at least for the interior, and maybe a mix and rain further southeast, but it has some snow involved with this, with the system that is here. Now, again, the European model doesn't have anything here. If I go to Monday here, here's Monday, that same time frame, you have high pressure sitting here. So you can't make this stuff up. There's one has high pressure and sunny skies. The other has a storm here and potential for a wintry component to this. Looking at a third model right now, which is the Canadian model, we want to look at this as a tiebreaker, siding with the GFS, doing the same exact thing. It has this low coming up here through the spine of the Appalachians, bring some snow to the interior, and rain further southeast. So, again, we're going to have to keep an eye on this. I don't want to just say this is not going to be a thing, and then it is, okay? So we'll have to keep an eye on this very closely. Just because the European model says no doesn't mean that's going to be the case. But then it was not a listed storm signal, and the ensembles are kind of like mixed back and forth whether or not they want to support this idea or not. I will say this is a thread-the-needle event if this does in fact occur. The question if it still does, but it's thread the needle in the sense that you have just enough cold air in place at the time where this is coming in, and you could have some snow out of this. It's possible. But it's just a signal for now. We're not going to be jumping in on this and saying, yeah, we're going to get snow, even though some of your app forecasts are going to pick up on this, because a lot of them are GFS-based, and the GFS-based app forecasts are going to show snow here for Monday and Monday night. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll continue to track over the next couple of days. Don't get excited about this just yet. I think once we get past Christmas, we'll get into a better pattern. I still think that. I still think we're going to have not only a colder pattern, we're going to have some blocking. We're going to have some overrunning events. Again, you're going to hear that word a lot over the next couple of weeks, I think. You're going to have a lot of overrunning events where north of those gradient boundaries, you're going to see some snow. First example of this, of course, is what I just showed you on the European model. This is an overrunning event. It's too warm for us, but with time and when our temperatures get colder, like we're expecting after Christmas, to be more consistently colder, these events are not going to be just limited up here to New England. They're going to be further south, and that snow area is going to be over us. Okay, so it's coming, but just keep that word overrunning in the back of your mind for now, because you're going to hear that a lot, I think, going forward. Not only the end of this month, the very end of this month, but also heading into early January. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for December 14th, 2021. Have a great Tuesday.